Okay, here's the circuit here. These are the two chips right here. Now, I tried to put the chips up here in the top part here. For some reason, they didn't stick in real well. Now, just so you know, this is how you can test it, okay? So what I do is I plug this into the high and this into the low. Then I can come through here and it will give me a beep. A high beep is a high. Um, you can see also there's little lights here, low. And then this is, let me go to the switch here. And if I turn the switch, actually, I'm going to move the switch to, let's go to a different switch. Let's go to B. Or no, it's on buttons right now. I can't see the buttons because these are in the way. Well, let me pull this out for right now. This You're not going to get one of these, but this is just, I'm going to show you. This is my timer. I've got a timer in there. So now you can see the buttons here. And it's on this one right here. And the reason why I've got, if you can see the lights blinking here. See how it jumps? That's the button jumping. Sometimes the button jumps. And that's why I brought this over to kind of show you how it works, exactly how it's going to work. But what you've got here is this is my 74 LS74 chip, two chips there. I tried putting them up here at the top area. For some reason, they weren't sticking right, and I was testing it. You saw me testing it the other day, and it wasn't coming in unless I pushed it way down. Then it all started to work. So this area, for some reason, on my board wasn't working right. So if that happens, you just try down here. They should fit in pretty tight, but make sure you don't bend pins when you put them in there. Also, stripping wires. Okay, there's wire strippers in the box over there. You strip just a little bit off like this. That's about as much as you need to strip off right there. Then do you see the little garbage here? Don't throw that little rubber part in the on the floor. Make sure you put them in the garbage. Okay. Okay. So what I've got now, I've got this right now set. This is for my clock that I'm going to put in a second. But and on our classroom, there's this sheet. This sheet has wires and stuff coming across. You'll see this one right here coming from 2, comes over here, and it goes down into Q. Where's it going to? Oh, it goes all. I'm sorry. It goes all. The line for some reason cuts off, but it goes all the way over to Q. 2Q right here. This you can see here. Here's the pin diagram. Ground, VCC 5 volts. VCC is 5 volts. Clear. So this is right here is 1 clear. That means that goes to the first flip flop. This is 1D, which is data. This is 1 clock, which is the clock. You can see how it goes out to the clock right here. This is 1 set, so that goes to high. You can see how I've got it going to high here. Those two go to high. This one here, this is 1Q, which goes to the least significant bit over here. Okay. And then next one says ground. That goes to ground. The top part here, we've got 5 volts. Clear goes to the positive, the 5 volts. Two data, that goes into Q bar right here, and it goes into the clock over on this next one. Does that make sense? This one actually goes, data goes to the Q bar, plus it goes over the clock for the next one. So Q bar and data goes to the next clock. Same with over here, okay? So that's kind of how this is laid out, the chips. I've got it wired all here. You can see it right here, and it does work. If I push the button, you can see how it blinks. It does work here. It jumps. So now what I'm going to do is instead of doing that, the button's off. I'm going to plug this in right here so it's in the clock. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see where make sure I'm getting the right place. Then I'll turn the clock on and you'll see it working. Right here, I believe. Now I can put the battery in. There, I'll slow it down. So you can see the green light blinking here. That's the clock. See how it's working real nice now? So here, I'll tell you what it is going. So we're at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's the 16 bits, okay? And this will just keep going forever. That's my clock going on there. That's going up and down, right? Like you did on the video. But this is the way you would set it up in terms of this is to 2 flip flops to be able to do the synchronous counting, okay? That's how this is set up. You can see what I'm using here is I'm using this thing here. This thing goes to my computer. All I got to do is the computer just has to be on to power it. That's all it's doing. I'm not using the computer at all. I just have it plugged into the USB port, so it powers it. It goes to button 1. I'm using button 1 as my clock. Okay, that's what you do. Don't worry about if it bounces. I'm okay with that. As long as all 4 go on and off like they're supposed to, that's fine. I'm using the yellow 0. That's yellow 0. You can see where it says yellow Y0 Y1, Y2, Y3. So Y0 is my least significant bit. Y3 is my most significant bit. Anything else? And then again, just a tester. If you're having problems with it, you can't figure out if something's wrong. Push. Just touch the different leads to see if it's going on. If it's every single one, every single lead going in from the chip should have either a high or a low. There should never be nothing. Every single one should have a high or low. And then if I plug into my my clock here, you'll see how it goes on and off. Hold on. I'm not hitting it here. For some reason, the clock one's not reading, but it is working. I know it's working. But everyone, if I unhook the clock, might be because I have two lines in there. I have the that might be why it's doing it too. No, it's not reading over here either. Oh, wow, interesting. My voltage isn't working reading over here either. Oh, probably because it's off the side here. But anyhow, that's this system. Hopefully, when you start working on it, I will be back on Wednesday. But hopefully, this will help you. Okay, that's all I got.